What's up, everybody? This is your man, DJ Square, now from the DJ Information Group. And man, let me tell you, we got hip hop royalty in the house today. She's going to drop the jewels on us. She's going to drop the history. We're going to talk about everything that we can find out about her. She's going to share some more stuff that we didn't know, just everything. Who am I talking about? None other than DJ Baby Dee of the Mercedes Ladies. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Yes, yes, it's good to have you. And first off, I just want to say thank you on behalf of the group. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for accepting the invite. We know that you're going to just bless us with all kinds of information. And
Mhm.
we are just really, really looking forward to everything that you want to share and then some. We really love the fact that uh, BB was able to reach out to you and make the connection. And I call her BB, DJ Big Body. And we're
That's
definitely
my
going
baby
to,
girl right there. That's
that's
my
the
daughter. She
baby.
mine out.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about there. Yes, yes. And we have several DJs that are here now, but there'll probably be some. I know there'll probably be some more. I can think of at least 3 or 4, maybe 5, maybe even more that will pop in. And what'll happen is you and I, we're going to have a conversation, of course, and, and then from
Mhm.
that, what you share. And then after that, I will have each DJ, I'll call on each DJ to ask you a question of something they may have, some curiosity points or whatever it may be. And then we'll move from there. How does that sound?
That sounds good. Perfect.
Cool beans. So,
Well, you didn't
um,
say cool beans.
that's one of those. That's one of those. I served in the Navy, and those are one of the terms that we had back.
Okay,
You know,
hoorah. That's why I said I know you didn't say cool
yeah,
beans.
yeah, cool beans. So you know all about that, huh?
Yeah. Hello, 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 hello. You don't see this in the background.
Uh oh, uh
I don't
oh.
know if you can see. Can you see it?
Let's see here. Let's see here. Uh
There
oh.
we go.
We got. Uh oh. We got the Marine Corps in the house.
Hello, my husband. I was in the Navy. My husband, he retired 20 years.
That's all right.
So
That's all right.
yeah, when I left, they would say Baby D just dropped off the face of the earth. Nah, bro, I dropped into the military so you can continue to freely do what you're doing.
Hey, I feel you on that. That's a beautiful
Hmm.
thing. So right off the bat, we're connected on that in terms of
Hmm.
being veterans and all. So that's a beautiful thing.
Yes,
So I salute you for your service.
and I salute you for yours.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So I think people really, really need to know. A lot of us know, the old heads may know who you are, but I really
Hmm.
want the young heads to really know who you are, where you started, where you're from, the group, everything. So I'll let you have the floor and you just tell us, starting from who you are and the whole deal. Take it from there.
Okay, I'm DJ Baby D of the first all-female MC and DJ crew. A lot of people, a lot of young cats think it was Sequence. Here's the difference. Sequence was the first female rap group on a single, on a record. We ground pound. Just like they're from the South. We were from the Bronx when it all started. So we were the first. And I mean, from putting up our own equipment, taking it down. I know y'all heard about back then if something goes crazy, the crowd runs. So I was the one that had the double barrel shotgun right up underneath my turntables, like, go back the other way, please. So it was things like that. And when I first decided I was going to DJ, I saw Flash before he was Grandmaster Flash. I saw Flash and I came back. I don't know how many people know Ham. He just passed away from COVID.
Yeah.
And he was my first boyfriend. And I looked at him. He was like, where were you? And I was like, oh, I was at this jam and I heard this guy named Flash. And I liked the way he was doing this and that. And I want to be just like him. I'm going to do just what he did. Him and all his friends on the corner of Vice Avenue and Vice Avenue and Westchester, or one of the two. Anyway, they laughed at me. They just laughed, and something just clicked. I just looked at him. I said, "What are you trying to say? A woman can't do what old boy does?" And he was like, "Oh, come on now, come on," And he brushed it off. Needless to say, when I seen him a couple of years ago before he passed, he was like, "I'm so sorry." He apologized for that. He was like, "I am so sorry. I mean, You really did. You did your thing. You did it, and I shouldn't have, just took you for granted back then. I was like, thank you. Anyway, so then I started. I met my friend Curtis, and he had two turntables and everything. So he was doing little house parties around James Monroe High School, which is around Bronx River, where Bam and them be at. So I was DJing in the house parties, just doing my thing. I taught myself. Curtis gave me a little bit more. So one day Curtis said, Theodore's coming. I'm a battle Theodore and this, that, and the other. We were very excited kids back then. And so the party came. They battled. Theodore just picked them up and just dragged them through the mud. That's what the kid today still says. I beat Theodore. We were all like, no, you didn't. Right. So by then I had already heard Sharrock MCing, and I always thought she was a bad MC, and I was like, I'd like to MC too, but my first thing was DJing. So we was doing a house party after Theodore beat up the poor kid. I heard this girl named Smiley, MC Smiley. Now she was from the Harlem World crew. She went to the Harlem World crew, but she was like with the L Brothers and everything first. So she was rapping, and I was like, whoa, a girl rapping here. Let me get on the turntable. And she looked at me like, holy crap. So we did our thing and turned the party out. And then she approached me. She said, how would you like to meet Theodore? I was like, okay, I just met Theodore. He was at the party. What you mean, how do I like to meet Theodore? I just met him. And she's like, no, I'm going to take you up to his house and meet the whole L Brothers, Mean Gene, the crew. So I was like, no problem. So I went up there, and then, Theodore was like, let me see what you got. So I was doing my thing. He said, look, I want you to try it like this, and I want you to do it like this. So he gave me more of the techniques that I need. Now, I taught myself. I started out myself, but to home it in, that was Theodore with the scratching. Okay, so then Trevor, his cousin, came in, and this is like a week later, and he asked me, how would you like to join an all-female MC and DJ group? So I looked at Smiley. I said, she gonna be there? And Smiley was like, yeah, I'll be there. So I was like, okay, no problem. So when I said yes, he took me across the street from Theodore's house to his house. And that is where I met Sherry Cher, RD Smiley, Zena Z, and Ever Deaf. So I'm walking in there, the girls looking at me like, okay, who's that? What's she gonna do? So he told him, this is gonna be, one of your DJs. Because RD was a DJ, but she wasn't doing it the way I was doing it. So it was more like I was Flash and she was B, Disco B. So I got on there and I started rocking, and they was like, ho, and they picked up the mic, and it just flew from there. And our first jam we had was in 63 Park it was around May or June of 78 when we came out. So now, we were getting everything ready, and I looked at Trevor. I said, okay, Trevor, we all ready. I got my stuff packed up and everything. Okay, where the guys at camera? He said, guys. He said, no, man. What part of all female crew don't you understand? I was like, this man, I'm thinking, this man is gonna make us carry all 100,000 crates of records and this and that. And I looked at Renee. I said, Renee, me and you gonna put this together, and who's gonna go plug it in? Because back then, when we played in the park, now if the light wasn't there, light pole wasn't there for you to plug in, you had to have some electricity. Right. So, with our luck, in the school park, there was those big old gates. When we were growing up, in the school park, them big old gates. So I was like, yeah, who's gonna climb over that and plug it in? As I'm laughing and talking, I turned around and all the women were looking at me. I'm like, serious? For real? You really? And so I climbed up, climbed down, plugged it in, climbed back up, came back out, and I was so mad. I said, we're gonna rock this. And one for the treble, two for the bass, and we just went ahead and rocked the place. And people were like, oh my God, a lot of them were coming by because they heard all girls. And see, this is a man's world back then. Sharrock was with males, whoever else was with males. We had no males. I didn't need you. I don't need Flash, and I don't need Theodore. I got moi, and I got Renee, and we're gonna turn this out, and these MCs will take a bite out of anybody. And we rocked it. We rocked it.
That's a beautiful thing. And, and that right there, 1978. Mm-hmm. Wow. 1978, and out there rocking it and setting. You guys pioneers, and
Hmm.
didn't even know that that was in the
We,
making. You know.
we didn't know. We didn't. It came about because they would let us in the clubs and stuff like that. We don't want that garbage. We don't want this. We don't want that. Well, all right. So her did that first party, and then it flew from there, and we had a good time. The thing is that we did something for us, and we had a good time. We didn't know that it was going to take off the way it did.
Right.
And look at it now. The only thing that kind of upset me is that we let too many people put their hand in the cookie jar. We need to take what was ours back and bring it back to the way it was before. Because we used to talk about the things that are going on, like with the Floyd. Now I hear some rappers on YouTube, and they're rapping about that. That is
Mhm.
what we did. We didn't curse and this and that, or DJ half naked. We just went, we did our thing, we didn't care.
That's dope. That is just dope. And I can automatically tell that, with all of you all, once you guys got together, you guys did your thing. You obviously clicked good enough to make it happen. And
Hmm.
then, hip hop was born into your fabric, you know,
Yes.
to where you guys could really, really do what you did to really stand above. Because, like you say, it indeed was a man's world. I
Yes.
remember the park jams.
Hmm.
Every crew that I can recall, because I was in East New York
Hmm.
at that time. I can recall every crew that I had come in contact with, including my own, all male, all male.
Hmm.
And then every once in a while you may find a female MC that would come through and you give her the mic and she would rock a little bit, but all females, that was definitely
Yeah, we were. Yep,
unique.
we were the only ones. It's like Inner City Disco had females in it, but they had a male crew as well. They had a male DJ, I think, with them. So they had males in it. So we were talking about just females. And Trevor taught as well. Fight, put the music together. You better learn how to do X, Y, and Z. And what I didn't know, is like what I started out with. I was good already, did or homed it. And then Flash, I went out with Grandmaster Flash for a while, and he taught me the other thing, which nowadays the DJs nowadays I don't see it because you have help with the Serato and it helped you line up everything. We
Hmm.
didn't have all that, so it was two turntables, the mixer, and your earphone and your brain and that tape and
Right.
the two records. And he taught me how to like he said, if you want to come back to, you just 1, 2, 3, let it go. 1, 2, 3, let it go. He said, count to where that beat is to when you let it go. So he's either on a 3 or on a 4 or on a 6. And he said, and then, combining it in with what Theodore taught me, it was like, whoa,
Mm.
so for me back then, you really showed your skills because we didn't have the Serato and stuff. That electronic and everything, it didn't help. Now I will say, times change, so it is there, and I don't hold it against nobody. But I would like to see a lot of the DJs today do it without that Serato, because that is your skill. If you are a real skilled DJ, you will do it with just those earphones, and you're listening, and you know how to slow the record down, and you know how to speed it up, you know how to line it up. All of that was human beings doing that, not
Mhm.
not the Serato or anything like that. That to me, you got mad skills above what you have already or what you're doing with the Serato.
Right, right. Hey, and that makes perfect sense. And I know definitely in this group we've had several conversations where we say, do we return to vinyl? And several of us do. We return to vinyl. Several of us play. Of course, we have DVS, like you see in the photo behind me. Of course, I got
Mm-hmm.
DVS going there. But I have taken some albums myself and just played them, with the needles. Uh,
Right.
and then, you got a lot of DJs that do that. So, and that's right. You are 100% right. That is pure skill at that point,
Mm-hmm.
being able
Mm-hmm.
to go back and do that. And for some DJs who are very unfamiliar and they rely on the techniques that you see behind us here,
Mm-hmm.
it definitely will prove to who you really are as a
Who
DJ.
you, yes, to improve your skills. I was like, and Lady Love, she was like, well, you're gonna come back and you're gonna do this. I've been gone for so long, but I never lost my ear. I'll be sitting here. I'm like, wow, that would go good with this record. And I can't remember what song that's out today, but I can mix in Super Sperm with it. I was like,
Mm,
man, right here, Super Sperm or Apache, or Rock the Bells or, the Mexican. So you could take some of the old stuff, a skilled DJ, if you want to get this crowd, keep this crowd today moving without letting
mhm.
them know, hey, yeah, you listening to your music, but you know that other little sound you hearing? That's old school. You
Yeah.
can mix those into today, mix them in together, and you can bring that crowd in, and you'll get them, going into it. Like I was listening to shoot, I forgot who it was. Anyway, I was listening to one of the DJs, and he was doing just that, and I was looking at, the comments. And I see someone go, what is that? What is that other sound? What is he doing? What is he playing? Can you keep it up to date? Oh, you can take an old record and make it sound up to date. Like one of the DJs in Australia, he took one of my songs, No Sense, the answer to No Sense, and I sent it to Big, and she, did she hear it? Is she shaking her head? Yes.
Yeah. She said yes.
Yeah. See, he did that. He took up to date stuff that was recorded in 19, I want to say 85.
Okay.
He blended it all together. And today you probably could put that on the air and people would think, okay, that was done now, when it wasn't. So that's the skill of the DJ.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to check that out for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So when you guys formed your group, um, I had this question, because I saw where Sherry shares she had this novel that she had written, or she had the image. But one of the things that I had always thought, I was like, okay, where does Mercedes Ladies? How did you guys come up with that name?
Like I said, before I came there, it was like a gang of girls, just messing around. And RD Smiley is actually the one that actually started Mercedes Ladies. It was not Sherry Sher, it was RD Smiley.
Gotcha.
And I had asked Renee, "What did you come up with that name?" She said, "Mercedes Young Lady, classy." You know, that's what we did. I was like,
Gotcha.
okay, but I said later on, if somebody asks you, where did you come up with the name Mercedes Ladies? What motivated you to do that? What are you going to tell them? And she said, again, classy. We're ladies. We out here doing what the men do. So the Mercedes, when you see that Mercedes driving down the street, back then everybody stopped, looking on. She said,
Mm,
that's what we are. They're going to stop, look, and listen and be in awe. I
right.
was like, there you go. I was like, remember that.
Cool beans. Cool beans. That's all right there. So, what does this current day hold for DJ Baby D?
Well, a lot of the DJs are asking me to come back out. I should come back out. I have a family. I have my own business, and I do watch people. I do, I do some interviews. I was thinking about coming out with my own book because I think I like Sherry's book, but in the way there was a lot of fallacies in it. Just I know how some producers do it to they put in things to try to make you, make it sound interesting. I was like, I told Sherry, I said the one thing you left out was the things that we did in the club, stuff like that. This was more about your story and your family.
Hmm.
The Mercedes Ladies. Now a lot of people don't know there's two Mercedes Ladies. One is the history. The first set of girls, they're the MCs and DJ. The second set of girls, which would include Sherry's sisters, her mother wanted us to sing. So
Mm,
they were that part. So that for me, the history part of Mercedes Ladies does not include her sisters. It includes the first ladies that came out because by the time the other two stopped and they stepped in, we stopped. Her mother stopped us from really doing the hip hop and wanted us to get into making records, which really never, happened.
gotcha. Gotcha.
Mhm.
Well. And you mentioned your business. What is that? What business do you have?
Well, I have a cleaning business where I work for a rental
Okay.
business.
Cool beans.
And what they do is they'll call me when you move out. If they go and they inspect your house and it doesn't pass, they'll call me. I give them a quote. I go and I clean it. Or you can call me and say, hey, I'm moving out. We got an inspection coming up, how much? And I would, tell them how much it would be. And or I would work for brokers. They want to show a house, like, hey, can you come in and make this a little bit more better? And I'd go in and clean up and everything and make it look good, make your house look good.
Cool beans. That's
Mm-hmm.
what I'm talking about. It's always
Yeah,
good to have
sometimes.
be an entrepreneur and have your own thing going, uh,
Yeah.
and being successful with it. So that's a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we're already at 8:30. So you and I right now have been talking for about 20 minutes, 22 minutes. And I hate I could sit here and continue to talk to you, but I want to make sure that we give the other DJs an opportunity
Mm-hmm.
to ask questions as well. And the first one I'm gonna go with is your baby, is your
And my
girl,
baby.
DJ Big Body. What's up?
Hey.
Hey, girl. Cover
You
up.
mentioned. See, I'm good.
She knew. She knew.
You mentioned that you are thinking about making a comeback. How much of a difference do you think? Well, first of all, how much time did you take off? And how much of a difference do you think it would be from that point to this point?
Okay, I stopped when my son was born in 1986. And I left. I went to Quantico, and then I went to the Marine Corps base, Hawaii, and it started coming back. That was like, like in the 90s. It started coming back to me, like I want to get back into this. So one day, the DJ said, "Can you watch this? Make sure the record doesn't go off. Just press this button." I'm looking at him like, "Gotcha." And I started DJing. He came back. He was like, "Who are you?" I was like, "I don't know," and I walked out. So I do sporadic things like that because it hits me in the moment. Um, as for what I'm going to do now, I was thinking about it because Shaw's saying you should come back out. Flame is saying it. I spoke to DJ Lady Love, and if I do come back out, I'm gonna head to either KK Rockwell or Lady Love and let them introduce me to the Serato and everything the way you guys play today. And get me
Okay.
up to speed on that, and then put in my own things. Like, cause I was telling him, I said, well, these two little discs you got there, you can still use these discs with it just coming down into them, but we can still, do it the way we used to do it without the help of the Serato or whatever it is that y'all call it now. And she was like, yeah, well, just come down, let's see, let's do this. So I'm thinking about doing just that. And when I come out, I want to make it a bang. It'll probably be in New York City, but I want to make it a bang. She's coming back. I want everybody. Curtis Blow, I'm going to get in touch with Ella, get in touch with everybody. She's coming back out. So when I come back out, I want all of you guys I want to make a bang. You
Right.
got the hint, right? Okay.
Right. Got it. Yep, I got it. So as far as you said, you say these ladies never made an album. Is there a reason why they never made albums?
They just never made an album. I had left them and made my own single, No Sense. They was on Donald D's record, Donald's Groove. Come on to Don. That's them doing that. But Mercedes Ladies as making a record like Salt and Pepper them never did it.
Okay. Do you regret them never making the album or?
I regret the turn that we took. I always said we should have never went totally we want to sing. We should have stayed, honing the craft with the DJing and MCing, and went that route instead of trying to sing. You should have went that route like other people were doing, because then that was the thing then. So I was like, we needed to go there. A lot of people don't know that Sylvia Robinson came to us first before they went to Sequence.
Oh
But she
wow.
turned her down. Yeah, she turned her down. And I remember the lady sitting right there in the living room, and she turned him down. I was like, okay, wow. So we were supposed to have did the Can, but Larry, gave it to, I can't remember her name, Allison Williams. So I was like, okay, enough is enough. Maybe it's time to just, So I met Spider D. I was always hanging out with Russell Simmons and Curtis Blow. I used to DJ for Curtis Blow as well. So, I was hanging out with them, and then, I got pregnant and he went off and joined the Marine Corps. So I, at that point, thought, I didn't know it was, going to go where it went. If I'd have known that, I would have stayed and pushed and pushed and pushed. But I said family. I went the family route.
Okay. Tell us a little bit more about Disco Fever and your experience in Disco Fever.
Girl, I love it. Girl, the fever. I love going there. We used to go there. You see any and everybody there. There's one time that's my favorite memory is I was on and I was DJing, and you really, unless you poke your head up, can't see who's doing it if you're on the side emceeing. Melly Mel's brother, Kid Creole, was rapping. So, I heard him rapping. So I'm assuming he knew it was me. And I was doing my thing, going off. And he's like, Grandmaster, blah, 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 blah. And I stopped the record, looked out, and said, Flash don't have breasts. Just like that.
Oh.
He turned around. Yeah, just did what you did. So then he corrected himself. And I was like, all right, let's do this. And watched it. He was rapping, and I was like, that's something to have them back then, to have Melly Mel or Kid Creole or Raheem, have them rapping while you, girl, please. That was a pat on the back. I was like, I was ecstatic. Mm-hmm.
Good. All right. Well, that's all the questions I have.
All right. Next.
I definitely want to commend you, on the fact that you definitely set the priority, as opposed to shifting into family, to make sure that your family was okay first,
Right.
back then, for sure. So I salute you again on that.
Thank you.
And most
That's
definitely,
a whole nother world.
it's a whole nother world. And then on top of that, like I say, we talking military on top of that. That's a whole nother layer.
That's a whole nother world. Yeah.
So definitely commend you on that. The next DJ that I got here is DJ Mike L. What's up?
Hey, what's up? I got a couple of questions.
Oh, here we go.
It's real good. It's real good. Like, my first question is if you came back out, like, I'm gonna say, like, a new DJ of today, who would you like to DJ with? Like a new DJ or old school? That's
if I
still.
can, what I would do is strategically, I would have that old head that everybody would know, so that would be Red Alert. And my boo, Big Baby, my girl.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
See, I'm calling you Big Baby. I ain't calling you Big Body.
Well, when I first came out, that used to be my name. When I first came out.
So why you change it?
I got a plaque for her, but I'm gonna hold it for a little while.
Now look, we're gonna have to go to his house and do a reconnaissance.
Uh-huh.
I'll see how she do before I release this plaque. But let me see the second. Well, I got. Well, that's like a 3 question. Well, do you do DJ drops for DJs?
I did for two people. If they get with me, if you got with me on Messenger, you ask me, hey, can you do a drop for me? You might have to remind me like she did.
Right.
But yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and my last question. I'm just give you my last question.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see how should I put this one. I asked you the question, but I still want to know, like, besides Big Baby, Big Body, I want to know what DJ would you stand beside today? Like new, up and coming, or like I said, like a Jazzy Jeff or something, who would you stand beside?
Just go ahead on and say DJ Mike L. Just go ahead and say DJ Mike L.
You know, like I stand what I say,
You
but
know,
you know what though?
like a DJ of today, like, you know what I'm saying, that's really doing it.
Uh,
Or you don't pay attention to a lot of DJs.
I say, you know, I do and I don't because I work and I'm always running, but I always have my music. So like my little millennial, she's like, "Can you stop that?" I'm like, "No." So I listen to a lot of DJs. Sometimes I don't pay attention to who it is, except for DJ Ozzy Boy, because he is always doing something. And what he did to my No Sense, I was like, okay. So you know, it would be him. It would be my baby. Red Alert. I would love to get with DJ Khalid or Khalid. Khalid, is that how you say it? Khalid.
Uh-huh.
I would love to do get with him, but yeah, I mean like
and DJ Mike L. Don't forget about him.
and DJ Michael. I would have, you know,
Real live and you beside me. You beside me, it's lit.
I would. I come out. I want something big. I want like, you know, that revenue to be huge and like
Right,
everybody's name is going to be up there like all around, but then you'll see and featuring, you know, DJ Baby
right,
D on Comeback, and then you have all these DJs. Look, if you DJ, you do country, you do good, okay. You know, R&B, okay. You know, but I just want DJs surrounding me. I want positiveness
right,
surrounding me. You
right.
know, that's what I want. I don't want nobody walking around with a chicken neck and a big head.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It ain't all about that, you know. And just have a good time and show the kids of today that yeah, you're listening to what's going on now, but hey, let's give it to you in these different ways. Let's listen to things in different ways.
Right.
Listen to every genre, because you know, like it took a while for me with country, but then when I really started listening to country, I was like,
Country.
okay. I'm like speechless. I'm like running around the house singing speeches, and my husband's like, you go from Luther to Speechless, Sam Smith, okay, to Cardi B. I'm like,
Right,
and don't forget it, because I'm bougie, okay?
right.
So I'm going.
Versatile, versatile.
You need to be versatile. If you're gonna be a DJ, you want to be a good DJ. You want to keep making money. You need to be versatile and be
Right.
damn good at that crowd. Because you know, white people with that country, because when you know in the mess halls, you know, with the Marines are, oh God, those guys are just. Anyway, love you, Marines. Anybody? Marines, sorry. Anyway, they're hard. They will tell you in a nanosecond that
Right.
is shitty. Excuse my
Right.
language if I'm not supposed to say
Oh,
that, but
You good?
so what I would do is I'd look at my crowd, and my crowd was a mix of white guys coming in, Spanish guys coming in, black
right.
guys coming in. So I did a mixture. All you gotta do is, even if it's country, you're taking some Latino. They got some good Latino music out too now,
They sure
and you
do.
got your R&B. All you gotta do is find the songs that got the tempos that are damn near the same, that you can mix
Right,
it in without
right,
missing anything, and
right,
they gonna keep going. White guys are gonna flow right into the R&B, with your Mexicans or Puerto Ricans are gonna flow right into the right into the country, and the black guys are just gonna they're gonna get it all, because we were raised that way.
you're
So
right.
and that's what you need to do. That's what a DJ needs to do. If you can't do that, you can't do my party.
You're right. So is your preference? Your preference is needles versus Serato and all the other technology they got out.
Yeah, that's my preference, because that really shows your skills. Because
Right.
Serato is helping you. Like when
Right. It's
my husband went, huh?
it's like you're cheating.
Yeah, it is. It's like I looked at this. What was the first one? My something, virtual DJ. So
Yeah.
he bought that, you know, because I used to clean a strip club, and I met the DJs there. So the guy was like, "Oh, can you DJ? Can you DJ?" And I was like, "Not a problem." Walked up in there, walked back out. He said, "What's the problem?" I said, what is all this?" "Oh, all you gotta do is press a button." "Oh, hell no, that's not skill." Music on.
Right. You're
I
right.
said, how does it mix in? "Oh, that does it." I was like, "And you call yourself a DJ?" "I'm not trying to clown you, bruh, but that's doing it. That's the DJ. You're not the DJ." So I sat and looked at this virtual DJ or whatever, and I was like, "Oh, hell no. To me, it's cheating. If you're a good DJ, you can I mean, I guess you use your music or bring it down or whatever. But you know, I was asking one of my friends, do they have it when the music come down in the disc? Do you have to use the Serato or whatever to like really mix the records and blend in and stuff? Can you just use it to bring the music down in there? You have the 2 discs without having the crates, bring the music down into it, and then you start doing the mixing and all that other stuff. Not that. And I'm not sure if he told me yes or no, or if I forgot, but do they have something like that? Can that be done?
Well, you know, the best, like you had said, you mentioned earlier, you know, you can do all that with CDJs.
Okay.
Like CDJs, and like you said, when you put the CD in, it's just like a turntable because you play songs.
Right. Huh.
So you'll be able to control your every movement on CDJs with CDs.
Okay.
So that is like a step up from the turntables. It's just you putting in a CD that you know your tracks. Whatever's on the CD, you can play them tracks and you can scratch them, you know, like you want.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's nothing like that vinyl situation though.
No,
definitely nothing like the vinyl.
We used to do some tricks,
so.
put stuff up underneath there, cardboard. Oh, yeah.
It's the feeling of that vinyl that makes everything different because when I go on my controller and then I go back to vinyl, it's totally different.
It's different, yeah. And you got more control of the scratch, you know, like I was sitting there, I was looking at this, it's a little girl or whatever. I think she can't be no more than 13, so I'm watching her. And I'm like, how the hell is she doing that with no headphones? But she's a DJ. So I'm looking at some people ragging on her and everything because they saying the same thing I'm saying. But I was like, you know, I stepped in, I said, look, you know, don't rag on her. She is doing what today's times is doing. I said, that's not fair. You know, don't go ahead and dash her dreams and tell her she's bad.
Right.
But she, you know, she's doing what she's doing. She's doing good with what she's got today. What I want to see is her do all that without the help. That tells me if you're a good DJ.
You can't do it. You can't do it without that because you know it's all programmed.
Right.
That's not all true. Back in the day, me personally, it's DJ Joe Storm. I started on vinyl. The thing about it is, back in the day, what we did, what they do now, as far as computers marking cue points on a song, we used to do with stickers.
Yep.
I used to carry a pack of stickers and I used to mark all the cue points on a record. So if you knew your record and you listened to your record enough, you know, because back in the day, you had to listen to the music. You know, like every record I brought, I would listen to it from front to back.
Right. Know your breaks.
Yeah. So it's possible to mix without headphones. You just need to know your records, and sometimes you used to mark your BPMs on the album.
Yeah, but she had, you know, when I was looking close. I'm one of those nosy people. She didn't have no markers or nothing, and just the way she was doing it, I could just tell that that was help.
She just pressing the button. And do you know how long it take for you to learn that record for today's technology? You would have to literally sit there all week to learn that, to know where to drop it at. If you get back on the channel right now.
Yeah, we call it dropping a needle on point. Like if I had Super Sperm right here in front of me and it was playing, you know, I know like from here to about right there is where that break is be. You know? And plus the grooves also showed you. So it you know, like I said, different back then, you know, from what they're doing today. But for me, a DJ that can do it back in the day and rock that crowd without missing a beat today, that's talent.
And then you didn't have to keep repeating everything every second. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you're repeating every second. You know what I'm saying?
So I mean, I'm also the type of DJ whereas if it's a good record that everybody like dancing to, like back in the day, what was it? Ain't No Stopping Us Now.
Yeah, Ain't No Stopping Us Now.
So that was the record right there. So you know it comes to that no stopping, no stop, you know, so it gets to that break point. I like to let this record play out while I'm doing all kinds of strange things on this one. So you'll hear me doing some type of stuff, and then that rocks up the crowd like, oh man, yeah, rock it up. And then you know they want the break to keep going when you hear them say that. So you give them enough time to groove and dance and just party to that break, and then you just slightly sneakily blend it right back in and keep it going. You keep the party going like that. You know, nowadays, for me, I mean, this is just my preference that I like. I don't like it when you scratch too much. Like there are some people that scratch too much, and I'm like, okay, you just jacked up my music. But anyway, so some people like that, some people don't. So like I said, there's different ways people DJ, but to me, a real DJ, if let's say all that stuff went away, that DJ could pull out his stuff, like let's say KK Rockwell. That breaks down, homie's gonna pull out that other set. He gonna rock it. He's still gonna rock it.
True that.
Not saying y'all can't, because I really haven't heard y'all. Guys.
Well, you get a chance to see us do some stuff because we have these spin-a-thons every month as well. So you get a chance. I don't know if BB has shared that with you, but we have these spin-a-thons where you can come on in and join in and have a great time about it.
There's actually there's an all-female spin-a-thon coming up on Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay, what time?
4 to 9, I believe.
Let me know, okay? Because I'll be running around. Let me know. Put it in my inbox.
Okay.
So I'll
put the flyer. I'll put the flyer in your inbox.
All right, and that way I'll share it with my people and everything. Maybe Shyrock see it enough. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate Michael. Then we got my man. But before that, you know what? I'll save this one question I have for the end because somebody may ask it, but if they don't, I'm going to definitely ask this question. So the next DJ that I have for you is DJ Big Dooley. What's up?
Hello.
Hi.
My question is, would you consider yourself a battle DJ?
Back then, yeah, I will battle you to the nubs.
Okay, yeah, because you sound like a battle DJ.
Yeah, come on, Flash Theodore, you know it.
Okay.
If somebody called me out and I act like I'm stupid, I'm gonna hear from Theodore. Skip, hello? Yeah, I'll battle you in a nanosecond. Okay. That is no problem.
All right, that was my question.
Really? That's
it? Hey, I'm just sitting here soaking up the knowledge.
Okay.
Cool beans. So the next DJ we got is DJ Michael E. What's up?
DJ Baby Dee, it's glad to have you here with us this evening. I just want to congratulate you and the Mercedes ladies for all you've done in pioneering hip hop. I mean, you joined hands at a time when I'm sure it was all male dominated, mostly male dominated at the time when you started, but you linked up anyway, and now you can look back here in 2020 and see what you've accomplished over this time. So I just want to congratulate you. And what you've done is basically put some confidence in the heads of the young up and coming artists, particularly the young ladies. And so I just want to congratulate you and best wishes, and come on back into the crowd.
Thank you.
Come back
I'm slithering back in. I just want to say to the ladies that want to come up and DJ, keep your clothes on. You don't need to DJ in bathing suits and half naked and stuff like that, because if you're good, the crowd gonna come back.
That's right.
That's how that go.
Can you say that one more time, please?
Ladies, and don't get mad at me, because you know what? You run your mouth, I run mine back. Honey, from New York, I never in the spirit left New York, just my body. Now, you don't need to be half naked. You don't need to have the boobs and the weave and all that to be good. I know nowadays, like Cardi B said, that's what a lot of people want to see. That's why she said she made the WAP. She said, if I'd have made a regular rap record the way they used to do it, would you buy it? No, you would not, because that's what you want to hear. We women have to change the mindset. We women have to get up and go, I can do this. I can do it like him. And if he's not going to do it wearing a thong, I'm not going to do it wearing a thong. I'm just as good as him. And I don't need to take my clothes off to do it. So you don't need to take your clothes off to do it. Just hone in your skills. Keep the crowd rocking. Don't put in a slow record when you want a fast record out of nowhere, because that's a good way to lose people. Hone in your skills and keep your clothes on. Listen to mama. Hone in your skills and keep your clothes on.
Amen. That's what I'm talking about right there. And I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, you know, that's like, I was sitting there, I was listening to Cardi B. I was like, a lot of people think this girl's stupid. She's not stupid. And she is correct. You know, my husband looked at me, what do you mean she's correct? I was like, look, that record is selling because of what she wrote. Now, if she'd have talked about what happened to Floyd, if she would have talked about Harriet Tubman or do the things like we did coming up, you really think that's what they pushing out there? The corporates are not pushing that out there. They pushing sex. And you know what? It's a supply and demand. If you didn't demand it, Cardi B wouldn't have supplied it. Neither would the other young girl. So, you know, cut the crap. Just cut the crap and look at it for what it is. And, you know, and for me, you know, hip hop was made for a specific reason, to get our voices out there. You know, it's like, don't push me because I'm close to the edge. He was talking about the things that was happening then. Put it to some good music and they bought it. But right now, all people want to listen to is how wet my is. That's stupid. It's really stupid. So as soon as women take it back and go, nah, we don't need to do that to make good records. The music, you know, there's a lot of DJs out there that produce, and they produce some damn good music. Like I said, again, Ozzy Boy just took my song and swapped it up, and I was like, damn, he did real good on that. So you can do things like that. And he didn't have his boobs out, I guess. Anyway, but you know, you can do that. And it's the DJs. We need to take it back. You know, we need to take a lot of things back.
Appreciate that. The next DJ we got here is DJ Quick on the Mix. What's up, my man?
Hey. Just like to first say thank you for all your contributions to DJing.
Thank you.
I was wondering, I know when I first started DJing back in 80, 81, and you're saying you were a battle DJ, how many guys used to step to you and challenge you back in the day on the turntables? Did that happen a lot?
Yeah, it happened a lot. It was a few out there. It was a few. I can't remember all the names, but it was a few. I mean, like, but it was all in fun. So that's why it's like in and out. You're like, okay, yeah, I went over there. I did this. I did that. It's like, oh, look at this. Yeah. You know, it was on the stage with Starsky and Flash and all of them. So it was fun, hella fun. And it felt good because, you know, I'm a girl and I'm doing what the guys are doing. Because that was a man's world. That was rough. You know it was rough.
I can imagine because being a South DJ, I lived in New York. Well, my mother was pregnant and she was in New York, and she decided they were stationed up in New York, and she decided she was lonely and she moved back to North Carolina. So that's the only reason why I wasn't born in New York. So I used to always tell mama, come on, mama. I was almost born in New York, you know. Nothing like saying born in New York. Because I know as a South DJ, all these cats used to come down, like my man DJ Square Knot. These guys used to come down and used to challenge us. And I remember it was serious, you know, as a DJ being challenged. I remember having to, you know, have the shotgun and the rifle and the pistol ready because they used to fight. I mean, it was serious, you know, if you got clowned and whatnot. But my question is this. When you left the music and you did that for your family, and my question I was going to ask you was, and you kind of answered it as you were talking, about how was it going to, maybe you were going to the NCO club or you going to these different spots and there were DJs there. Were you back in your mind saying,
Oh
do this,
God, yes.
he could do that?
You know all the DJs do that.
So I was wondering, is there somewhere, is there a mixtape you've been popping out? You got something recorded somewhere? Let us check out if you're doing some things.
I have not. Nope. I haven't. That's the one thing I wish that I would have done. The only thing that's out there is that when we were first DJing, when we first did it at the T Connection. So it's like, and that was so. Oh, I sent it to Big Body. I sent it to her, and
Yeah, I got it.
it's
So I'll put it in the chat.
Okay.
uh so it's up there. I mean, like that's the beginning of the wow. To take it off because it was really scary back then because they were watching me. Oh my God, So from there to now, oh, I listen. Like I had a party at Alexander's. I'm here in North Click. Had a party at Alexander's. So, I'm sitting there and I'm listening, everybody partying and everything. So I'm listening. I'm like, damn, my girlfriends, they were like, what's wrong? I said, that wasn't right. He fucked that up. They were like, no, he didn't. I was like, girl, he fucked. I marched right up there because it was my party. I was like, bruh. He was like, well, what's up? What's up? What's up? And then, I talked to him for a little bit, then told him who I was. Did the party not change? He rocked it. Like, don't fuck up like that again. And a lot of DJs are like that. We listen to other DJs and we'll hear that misskit, we'll hear that offbeat, we'll hear it, and I'm like, I'm cursed. I'm really cursed with this. But I really wish that I would have done that. Now there's some tapes out there. Troy might have more. He claimed he does. I'm still trying to get that from him, like 5 years in now. But that one right there is the only one.
Okay. Like I said, it's a pleasure listening to your stories, and the older I get, the more, and it's kind of, I won't say it's sad, but I'm in my 50s, my early 50s, and you're just thinking about going back, all the stuff you did. It's great, but we also have to look forward to doing more and doing new
Yeah,
stuff. So
you
that's
gotta
what's
you gotta
great.
stay with it. Yeah.
Right. That's what's great about this group. Instead of me just keep reminiscing about, what happened at the club back in '86.
Yeah.
Man, you remember
Yeah.
that? We can go ahead and that's why I like being around these guys here because I kind of fell into that old school, old this, old that. But we
You
got
gotta mix in
we
some
got to keep
now.
it moving.
Yeah, you gotta that's why I tell a lot of the old rappers, I was like, you still rapping like you old. He was like, excuse me. I was like, you still rapping like old rapping. I said, you gotta keep up with the times. Now you can still get some old, do it some old ways, but that music has to be up to date. That music really behind. Okay, mumble rap, y'all don't kill me, but me and mumble rap, I do. But I appreciate it because even though I don't understand a dang thing some of them said, but that music is what get me up on that floor dancing. So I told people, you gotta stay up to date. Be you, but you gotta be up to date and you gotta do what they're doing now if you want to stay relevant. That's what you have to do. They're not looking at you saying, oh, he old and da 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 da. No, what you're spitting at them is old, and they're saying that's not what we want to hear. We want to hear you, but can you bring it up to date? A lot
Right.
of people don't understand that.
Right. Well, I thank you, and like I said, thank you for your contributions to the
You're
art of
welcome.
DJing. Thank you.
Thank you.
So now we got my man out of B-More, DJ Joe Storm. What's up, my man?
I can't complain. DJ Baby D.
Hi.
I briefly said a few words before we started this recording. Just listening to you drop your knowledge of the game. I appreciate your contributions. I love the fact that you were a battle DJ. I just got one question. Do you still spin like in your house?
My husband's trying to get me to do it. He's fussing with me about it. You need to get back into it, and I'm like, okay, I just gotta to know how y'all do it today. I still have yesterday because I never transitioned into what y'all were doing today. And for me, that'll probably take me all of 30 minutes to do, but it's something I have to get up and really sit down and do that because in my house, the way I got everything set up, I need my space and I need, where I can shut the door. When I say don't talk, don't ask for food, shut the dog up, and the mailman is going to get shot. I meant what I said, because when I get into it, I really get serious about it. So, listening to everybody, I'm really moving in that direction.
Well, that's wonderful. I hope and pray that you do that, because the DJ never leaves your spirit. That will
No,
be
it
with you
don't.
until there's no more. You
Yep,
know?
yep.
So I pray that you go back and you do that. That would be
Thank
wonderful.
you.
I would watch you.
Thank you. With my clothes on, okay.
Yep.
Well,
That was my only thing to say. So salute, God bless you, and just keep being inspirational like you always been.
Thank you.
so the one thing I will say in terms of you, because that was one of the questions that I definitely was going to ask you, and that is, do you have equipment there at your crib, and are you still, doing a little something here and there? And I know that and with your husband pushing you to do it, salute to him, because the DJ, like Joe said, the DJ never leaves us. It's part of our
Nothing.
fabric forever.
Right.
We
I
can
call
take
it a
a break.
curse, because if you ain't DJing, you like, what just
Yeah,
happened?
yeah. The whole time that we were out, if we hear another DJ, we're like, maybe he could have did this,
Yep.
or otherwise we say, yo, that was dope. Whatever
Yeah.
it may be. So it just never leaves you. You take a little break, but then you come right back to it.
Back to it. Yeah.
So it's just one of those things. Just like when I was in the Navy and I was traveling overseas, obviously I couldn't take equipment or anything with me. So what I used to
Right.
do is I used to get a bunch of tapes and make mixtapes, and sell them on board the ship,
I
and
just
that was kind of my thing, while I was out at sea. But when I got back, I would go to my homies' houses and they would have gear and we'd do different things.
right.
So, but yeah, one thing I definitely want to let you know, that's the purpose of this group here, the DJ Information Group. So when it comes to, let's say you decide, hey, I want to get back into it, I want to get some gear. You could come to this group and you could talk to us, and we can make recommendations on gear depending on what you want to do and how you want to play. Then
Right.
we could also help you with Serato. We could teach you, the differences in Serato. We got a lot of Serato DJs, a lot of virtual DJs. And there are other software platforms like Tractor and Record Box, but the main two are Virtual DJ and Serato, of course. But we're here, we're here for you to don't utilize us. We are now one of your tools.
Okay. Well, who's here in North Carolina?
I'm here.
Okay, what part?
And I'm outside of Raleigh, and Wendell is in Clinton. So
okay, I'm in Jacksonville.
Oh, Jack. Well, hey, you're not too far. You're only like an hour and a half from me. And Quick on the Mix is in Clinton.
Well. Actually, I'm in Lagrange, which is probably about 50 miles from Jacksonville. So not too far from you.
Yeah.
So you got us here. And if it's one of those things where you're like, you know what, I just want to try it. I just so that you can get used to it before you even make a purchase or something. One of those days where you decide, hey, I want to do it. Of course, you tell your husband, hey, you got some big black guys coming to your crib, big brothers coming to your crib.
That's going to be interesting because he's white.
Oh, okay, but also tell him, hey, we are. We come there, we're DJs, I'm a veteran. And, and I'd be like, hey, I'd be willing to, just so that you can see what the table situation is like, I would be willing to bring the equipment down there just so you can set it up so you can see it and see what it looks like, and even get on and test it out, just to kind of help you out.
Right. Well, that's something I'm very interested in doing.
Yeah, definitely informed decision. So I'll make sure that you get all my contact information, and I'll make sure also that you get Quick on the Mix's information as well. So that's what we're here for. We're here to make connections to help you.
Okay, you can send it all on Facebook.
Yeah, and BB, she has it too, so BB can share that all with you.
I just added her to the group.
Oh, okay, good.
Well, invited her.
Yeah.
I invited her.
Yeah, so we got that all squared away, and you can actually go in and approve her too. So we'll get that all set and be good to go. But yeah, most definitely do that. And then we actually have a couple more DJs that popped in. DJ Rob Ree has popped in. Of course, DJ Silent Professor is here, but he is a little preoccupied, so he does send
I get
his
that
salutes
name for some
and
reason.
respects to you.
Uh-huh.
He's an awesome remix DJ, just like DJ I95, who is a little tied up at the moment. DJ Rod Flash as well. He's the primary admin. DJ Rod Flash probably is just getting off work right now. So he may have an opportunity to pop in, but we definitely wanted to show you some love, show you and salute you
Okay.
for
Thank
that.
you.
And also, like I say, we definitely want to make sure that if you anything when it comes to help, especially like that. And now that I know, not only you from the BX up north, and I'm from BK up north, Brooklyn, but now we're down in the NC. We still homegirls and homeboys. So
Square not.
all you got to do is say, hey, I want to connect with you, bring your stuff, and we'll do that. We'll make sure that happens.
Okay.
What's up,
Okay.
Michael?
Okay.
DJ Danny T is in here too.
Yeah, I was getting ready to announce that. So so then we got DJ Rob Ree and DJ Danny T is in here. DJ Rob Ree, you got anything for DJ Baby Dee of Mercedes Ladies?
Much respect. Definitely
Hey.
glad you're still doing it, putting it down. I represent Queens, so I'm definitely doing it good.
Disco Twins and all that.
No doubt, no doubt. My man is Fine Infinity Machine, and DJ Latif is up from your way out in the Bronx. But I definitely want to say big ups and keep on keeping on. And if you come this way and you need a system, holla at your boy.
Okay. Thank you.
No doubt.
And then we got DJ Danny T out of the DMV area.
Hello. Sorry about that. How you doing?
Hi.
I don't have a question. Just want to say, salute to you and, thank you that all you do for, if you've done for hip hop and everything else you do in the future.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, there was this other question that I wanted to ask you. Now, of course, you and Chirac, you guys stay in contact.
Mm-hmm.
Has there ever been a conversation where you two would go, she's the DJ and I'm the MC kind of situation? Have you guys ever thought, what would that be like if you guys got together and did a collab?
Well, if that was to ever happen, that would be phenomenal. I'll tell you that off the bat. That would be phenomenal. What I did was, I was with her and Lisa Lee when they made the Us Girls. I didn't DJ, but I actually rapped with them. And we went up against the Mercedes Ladies and won, and that was at the Roxy. So MCing together, she already know how I am. I already know how she is. But man, to DJ and she rock that mic, that would be phenomenal.
Yeah, I thought about that. I was
like,
that would be so tight.
That would be phenomenal. I mean, next time I talk to her, because she has not hit me back, which I knew was gonna happen. I'm gonna ask her that. I'm gonna say, how would you feel about that if we, because she is having something Chirac Day. It was supposed to have happened this past June, but the COVID, shot that down. And I was coming. Nobody knew. She didn't tell anybody, but I was coming down. She's gonna do it next year. So watch out for that and come on down and see some magic there.
Cool beans. Just keep us informed. I'm quite sure you'll be in constant contact with BB, so she'll definitely let us know. And we definitely believe in supporting, people that come through, our guests. Right now, you are considered family. So
thank you.
You're part of us, and we want to make sure that we can do what we can to support. That's why we have no problems. Like I say, you want to learn something, that's what we're here for. I'll pack up in a minute and drive where you at, and boom, we can get it going. And you're in Jacksonville. I got a lot of my buddies down there.
Yeah, right across from Camp Lejeune.
Yeah, I got a lot of Masonic buddies down there. Some DJ Charlie Rock is down there.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, DJ Charlie Rock is one of my homies.
Yeah, he just had an interview with Shaw. I think, was it last week?
Yeah.
Or the week before last. Man, it was off the chain with that.
I love
love Charlie.
Yeah, so all of them, definitely willing to connect. And I see that DJ I95 has popped in as well. I don't know if he has anything. He said he's just listening right now. He's just connecting. Probably just getting off work, but he salutes you as well.
So thank you.
So
yeah, Jacksonville, North Carolina is my family's home.
Jacksonville, yep.
Yes.
Crazy town.
Cool beans. Cool.
Right there next to New Bern and everything.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. So in your and we're definitely going to look up your song for sure. We're going to get that connected. We're connected with BB on that and
I have
play
it in
that.
the chat already.
Okay. And then we pulled up the YouTube where you guys were doing the T Connection back in 1979.
Yeah.
So and she shared the link with that. So you DJs, make sure you guys listen to that for sure. Was that you on the wheels?
Yeah.
That was you on the wheels. You know what? Do you mind if we play a little bit of that?
Yeah, go ahead. Just some of it is like, it's just me again. But I'm off a little bit. That was my my listen to it and like hone that. So
All
like
right.
excuse those little
No problem, no problem. We're just gonna play a little bit of it. So
okay.
let me know if you guys can hear it. Can you guys hear it?
I hear it.
Turn it up a little smidgen.
That was 1979.
Uh-huh. I still like that one.
That's it right there, boy. Yes.
Yeah, we were doing it. I mean, that's the beginning. We started in
Yes.
78 and really started going, but
Y'all was doing y'all thing, I tell you. Yes.
yeah, we was. And what was so good about it is that when RD came on, then I would start rapping. So it was like I was like a dual thing there. So
Cool bean.
I loved it. I really, really loved it. I know we can't go back, but there's just some of the elements where we had so much fun without all the craziness.
Yes.
And that's what I love. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. And
I'm sorry, Flash is coming in a second.
okay. I said I've said this since day one. Here I am, the 12-year-old who's carrying crates so I can get down with a crew, and you know what I'm saying? Back in the day,
Was that you?
You just want to be down, because you know how it is back then. And
Yeah.
you in the city and you carrying crates just so that you can stand behind the DJ booth with everybody else. You stand there with your leg, your arms crossed and all that.
Like this.
Yeah.
I call it the cowboy stand, the way he used to stand.
Yeah, because your legs is all spread it out and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing that I've always said is that the culture back then, it just really taught us the meaning of fellowship, believe it or not, because it brought so many of us together and kept us from at one point there was either you're out here robbing and stealing or killing, or you had hip hop. And and more people decided to hit the mic and the turntables and get out there and break dance and battle,
Mm-hmm.
And that's when it was good because, the culture really started getting footing. And as it began to get footing, you had a lot more people getting involved. And then that's when all these crews started, emerging. So,
and the breakdancing was a key element of hip hop. Everybody needs to remember that. A key element of hip hop.
Yeah, breakdancing, the whole graffiti thing, everything was there. It was it was truly a culture that was ours.
Right.
and we could really do something with it. And like I say, it's in so many cases. I'm not saying it was perfect, but I know it saved a lot of lives.
It did.
You know,
It
and
did.
and it's just and it, you know, that's why I say hip hop is just a beautiful thing. I fell in love with hip hop, and when Common made that song about he used to love her and how he used to talk about how he loved hip hop and things of that nature, I was like, wow, you know, he turned it into a story that of how what I am. I'm in love with hip hop. I'm in love with music, and fell in
Right.
love with it at such a very young age, and still in love with it to
Right.
this day. So, and someone like yourself, who I see, same situation. You started back then. You had your crew. You doing your thing, and today we can still see the passion in you that you have for it. You know,
Yes.
you know, and the culture, and that's so big. So much respect for sure.
Thank you.
DJ Rod Flash, he just popped in here real quick. I don't know if he has anything for you. Flash, you got anything?
No, I'm at work, so I don't really got time.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, he's still, I thought he'd be off, but he's still at work right now. He just wanted to pop in, and I know he definitely sends his salute to you as well.
Thank you.
But I just want to let you know, on behalf of the group, the DJ Information Group, we are definitely here for you. We appreciate you coming through. BB, we salute her. BB doing her thing, connecting with, you know, the caliber of individuals as yourself. You know, you are a queen. You are royalty.
Thank you.
And we really appreciate you being here. So I always ask this question as the last question of the chat, and that is there any homework you have for us?
It's you know, just the one that I said for the ladies, like hone in your skills and not your body. For the DJs, and just keep that crowd rocking. You know, it's like DJs like Hollywood really didn't need an MC. He was the MC. So, you know, like that's another thing. If y'all not doing that, you know, y'all could do that too. It's like, how do I say this? Like back then, you know, when he DJ'd and you listen to him and Starsky, it's like they blended in with the record, like as though, you know, they're Bob and just like going to the record, but they were DJing. So that's a whole nother thing too. Like I see a lot of the cats out, you know, they DJ and everything, but I don't see that anymore. Like the connection with the record and them being part of the music themselves, not just DJing. They got that mic right there and they're DJing and they're also doing things and getting the crowd rocking. So I like to see more of that.
Okay. That's good. That's good. That's good stuff. For sure. Definitely good stuff. And we will take heed to that. And don't be surprised if we knocking on your door again and saying, "Hey, Baby Dee, come on back. We need you to talk to us
Yeah,
again."
that's fine. That is fine. I'm sure I am surely gonna hold your feet to the fire with that, because I am looking to get back, you know.
Cool
And I
beans.
like
And
to
like I
surprise the
say,
pioneers, like put it out there on Facebook and go, "Hey, how y'all doing? It's me." You know, the twins, you know, they do their thing on the boat. So I don't know if y'all go on their boat rides or not, you know, the Disco Twins. So, you know, there's a lot of networking to be had to be all over the place.
well, we appreciate that. We really appreciate that. And we will tap into you and you know, and if there's someone that you know that feels that this would be a good arena for them to come through and visit and share, please, by all means, you know, let them know. Let them know, because, you know,
hit Shara, hit.
yeah, we are definitely here, and we
I
are
will let
definitely
her know.
all ears open. We got what's the comedian? He said we got our antennas ready to go. We
you know, like
ready.
hit her shows up on Wednesday and like get in that comment and let her know, you know.
Yeah, we will
Like
definitely
introduce
do that.
yourself. Yeah, that's another good way. And I think KK Rockwell would be a good one for you guys. So when he's on, you know, like when I'm sharing all that stuff, I'm sharing it for everybody else to see that. So all the DJs, you know, and the MCs, I don't call them rappers because they were MCs. for them to get in there and like see that. Like when she's on, if I don't stay because I'm always running around, I'll share. I'll share that BB's on, you know, and hopefully like a lot of people will come in because I know people around the world straight up to Russia.
Cool
So,
beans.
you know, so I'll share your stuff. I mean, like if y'all coming on, let me know. Hit me up and I will share it.
I appreciate that. I know the rest of the DJs do as well. So on that note, I will just end this by saying that you are a gem. You are a diamond. And we are so, so glad to have you and so very thankful for you coming in and sharing that knowledge and sharing about yourself, about the Mercedes ladies, you know, touching on a little bit about Sha Rock, touching on your passion for the music and putting that wonderful message out to the females. So we thank you. We thank you. We thank you. And on
thank you for having me.
DJ Information Group, we want to just say you are a queen, and we thank DJ Baby Dee of the Mercedes ladies for coming through and rocking with us. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.